I used to believe a lot of lies. I actually believed them to the point that they were woven into the fabric of my being and informed all of my choices. Really, my life that I was living, the crazy life that I was living, was a reflection of everything that I believed to be true about myself. And there's a quote that says, "Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become your character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny." And there's that progression that our thoughts and the things that we think influence the words that we speak. And the words that we speak end up influencing and shaping our choices and our behavior. And our behavior is what determines our character over time. And our character determines the trajectory of our life. And so I made a lot of really not great choices back in the day, but it's not because something's wrong with my brain. I graduated magna cum laude from UCLA. I have a master's degree. I'm not saying that to brag. I say that to point out that really smart people can do dumb things when we don't know our value and when we're living out of a place of just believing a bunch of lies about who we are. And so one of the major steps that I had to take in my recovery journey was to take those lies, identify them, take them captive, and replace them with the truth. Look to the truth of what God's word says. And it wasn't a passive process, and it didn't just come naturally. I didn't just one day wake up and say, "Oh, I want to change my mind." It was an active process, engaging in this process of capturing and identifying those lies and redirecting those thoughts to the truth. Science actually backs up what the Bible tells us, that we can change our minds. Actually, every time we think a thought, and if we think the same thought again and again over time, it creates a neurological pathway, basically like a groove in our mind. And the more we think that thought, the easier it is to go back to thinking that same thought. It's sort of like if you imagine a dirt driveway leading up to a house, and if there's a truck that travels along that dirt driveway, the first time it drives down it, it's going to leave tracks in the road. But if it goes down that same path again and again over time, it's going to create grooves in that road. And over time, it's going to be difficult to actually drive anywhere else on the path other than when the grooves are. And it's the same thing with our thinking. The more we think a thought, the more it becomes ingrained and embedded in our brains. And so in order to get out of that rut of thinking, to get out of that line of thinking that we've been caught in, we actually have to be really intentional and work to redirect our thoughts. But just like those initial grooves were created when we thought on the lie, our minds can change as we redirect our thinking to the truth. So I encourage you to identify the lies that have been shaping your life and choices and make a choice to replace them with the truth.